Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. It's me, Jade, okay? And I'm here to talk to you about New Year. It is nearly 2026 and I'm sure you guys are just raring to start your New Year's resolutions, but you have to do it right. I don't want it to be like any other year where you say you do it and then you give up by February. This time, I'm going to tell you the psychology behind a successful blow up, why most people fail, and how you can strive to transform your life in the next year. It will be so inevitable that it's going to be kind of unfair, like how are you so successful? Well, if you listen to the rest of this video, you will know the key psychological tips you need in order to be successful in your New Year's resolution. So first things first, let's talk about why they fail. Let's replay a scenario that you've all been through. It's January, you've already made your list, all the things you're going to do this year in order to better your life, glow it the way you always deserve to, and reach new heights like you've never been before. And you do it pretty well. The first week you're feeling completely motivated. Everyone has this new year, new me kind of feeling, and it's just infectious. You go to the gym, you eat healthier, you try new products for your skin, your clothes, anything really. But towards the end of January, which is, in my opinion, the most boring month of the year, you start to lose momentum. If you're in the UK, it's still dark where you are, and you wake up and it's dark and it just seems miserable. You want it to be spring and summer already, and you just want to finish your goals and just kind of magically become the person you've always dreamed to be. Before you know it, mid-February, maybe March, you've just reverted. You haven't actually completed any of your New Year's resolution. So why does this happen, and why does it keep happening? Well, your environment might play a huge factor of it. You say new year, new me, but have you changed what you surround yourself by? If you're constantly surrounded by the old things, then it's going to be hard to want to transition into that better version of yourself. Another reason why you might struggle to change for the new year is because identities just stick. It's very easy to just kind of stay with the status quo, be safe, and not get out of your comfort zone. Another reason why you might be failing at your New Year's resolutions and your glow up goals is because you're relying too much on motivation. There's nothing wrong about using motivation to get that drive. If you have motivation, but don't change it to become a habit, then it's going to be very easy for a bad day to just topple everything over. I said goals quite a lot, but in reality, you don't want to build goals, you want to build systems. You need to set a system up in your life so that you can actually keep at the goal. So then it becomes second nature, and before you know it, it's the end of the year and you're still doing the things that you told yourself at the beginning. So I'm going to go over each of these traits that will cause you to fail your goals, and I'll dive a bit deeper into them so then you know what you can look out for and what you can do this next year so you can actually succeed. So your environment consists of mainly two things: your internal environment, what you're constantly thinking, what you're saying to yourself, and your external environment, which is what you see around you, who you surround yourself with, so on and so forth. So with your internal environment, especially if you're very self-deprecated, because I know I am at the worst of days, you've got to actually be able to identify when you're being negative. Now, I know it's easier said than done. I'm just a person talking on the internet. What am I going to do? Well, I can try and encourage you to just sit down and identify every single negative thought. Every I can't or I shouldn't, you need to stop and reflect. Because why can't you? Start off by reframing what you say and think. Instead of saying, I can't or I shouldn't, say, I need more time to, or I'm improving if you're bad at it. Try and reframe the negative to be more positive or at least neutral. And then before you know it, it's going to be less negative, upset, sad thoughts and more like, I'm improving, I'm happy, I'm getting there. And trust me, it might sound like I'm being preachy, but unless you do it, you'll never know how much better you'll feel. Use affirmations, because affirmations is a constant reminder of how good you are. And the external environment. You don't have to change everything around you. You don't have to paint your walls or switch up your car because it's been giving you a bad feeling. Unless it's dangerous, then think about saving for a safer car. But you can change your external environment by doing the following things. Curating your social circle. If you find that you are around toxic and not supportive people, you should try and step away from them, or even look for more people who will align with your goals. Start consuming more positive media. It's very easy to look for something negative nowadays, but when was the last time you looked at positive news in the last couple of months? Or just listen to something that just makes you feel a bit happy, like a podcast or an album. Don't try and look for negativity wherever you go. Try and introduce positivity wherever you can. And look for new experiences. You're never going to find more happiness by doing the same thing over and over again. And lastly, stay active. You don't need a gym, you just need to walk. Walk, maybe do 15 minutes at home, just doing some jumping jacks or squatting or something, but keep your heart rate up. You're going to feel so much better knowing that you've dedicated at least 15 minutes. Another issue about everything in regards to setting goals and being the best person and keeping that glow up that you all deserve is motivation and the lack of it, or the lack of it after a while. You can use motivation to start your goals, like how my dog is motivating me to try and focus on her. She's like looking at me just like, it's talking too loud, I'm disturbing her sleep, how dare I. You use motivation to start, but you don't use it to continue. This is where habit building comes in. I will use motivation to go to the gym, and I'll go to the gym at a certain time, and this is what you need to do. You need to set certain times for everything you want to complete. So in this example, let's say you want to eat healthy and you want to go to the gym. Now, you'll have the motivation to at least start. You'll get that gym membership, you go and have your first session, and that's great. But you need to set your time. If you plan going to the gym 3 days a week, every Monday, Wednesday and Friday, you go after work. Don't ever change it, because when you get to a point where motivation starts to dwindle, then at least habits will keep you going. And same with healthy eating, maybe a 4-week meal plan or a 2-week meal plan, but you keep consistent to what you're eating. So then when it gets to a point where you're like, oh, I don't know what to do, I don't know what to eat to lose weight, well, you've got a meal plan because you've been building the habit of eating the same thing or the same pattern of things over and over again. Do you get what I'm trying to say? Consistency over perfection. As long as you keep consistent, even when you have bad days, like for example, I've had days where I just don't even want to lift anything, but I stuck to the habit of going to the gym. Even if I'm not as intense as I usually am, at least when I go to the gym and try, I've kept to my goal. And then I'll get back into it. Something will happen, it'll make me happy, and I'll go extra hard in the gym and it'll be great. But consistency and habits are so, so important. And that I want you to get in your head. Get it in your head. And lastly, building goals instead of systems. It kind of also matches with my last point about building habits, but in a bigger scale. You go to the gym, you eat the same healthy things. Essentially what I'm trying to say is bring everything together. Know exactly what you're doing and understand what you can do if something else happens, like you go on holiday, because I know I don't want to eat healthy when I'm on holiday. Go for a behavioral loop. You do the action and then you reward yourself. You need to give yourself some incentive, and that's also extremely important, as well as habit building. And you don't have to reward yourself with outside things. Just reward yourself with I've done a good job today. Mentally pat yourself in the back. For example, you can cue the action where you get your gym clothes laid out. Then the action is to wear your gym clothes and then go to the gym. And you set the action. And the reward will be a warm shower and well done. You've done yourself really good today. Another feedback loop might be I struggle to drink water for the most part. So the cue to drink water would be to put my water bottle next to me. And whenever I need to do the action, I can see my water right next to me and I drink. And then the reward is hydration and I don't get a headache and I don't feel sick, because why else do I get headaches all the damn time? Anyway, but this is my very quick video about just your 2026 goals. For whatever reason, I thought we were in 2022. Goodness gracious, it's been ages since 2020. I feel like my brain's just been stuck. I don't know what to say about next year. It's exciting, it's terrifying, a lot's happened this year and a lot's probably going to continue into next year. But you and myself and everyone around you, we can only do as much as we allow ourselves to do. I'm going to do a bit of affirmation and say that next year will be my year. No matter all the trials and tribulations, I'm going to make it my year. I'm going to use everything I've said throughout this video to make it my year. And you guys are going to do great as well. And you might have noticed that I've said nothing aesthetically right in regards to this glow up video, because glow ups don't have to be aesthetics. So I do want to do more aesthetics videos. I've actually got some eyelashes on, they're really fun. But glow ups are also psychological, because you can never have a physical glow up without having a mental glow up that makes you feel good and makes you feel confident and deserving of everything you've got. And that is what will make you unstoppable in 2026. But if you like this video, please don't forget to like, subscribe and comment. Tell me what you liked about it. If any of my tips made sense or didn't make sense, I would like to further explain. I try to do this without a script to feel a bit more natural, but if I am just speaking random gibberish, just give me a shout. But anyway, hope you have a nice 2026 and I shall see you in the next video.